I started out in the Air National Guard. This was in 1967. And I wanted to go into the Air Force. Whenever I did my active duty, you do active duty for a couple of weeks. And I thought, well, that's what I want to do. So I wanted to go in the Air Force as a flight nurse. And they informed me that I had to be a captain or a major, that they weren't putting flight nurses in Vietnam. So I was complaining so much that the people in my squadron just said, why don't you just join the Army? So I did. I joined the Army. And so, about the Mars system, where a beam would go from the Mars radio in Vietnam, hit off of a satellite, then it hit back onto a person that was doing a ham radio, would pick it up, and then they would call the number in the United States. But the best thing I can think about this Mars radio is one of the gals said, Judy, come on, take me over to Chuiwa, because I need to try to see if there's a lineup. I need to talk to my husband. So we had a Jeep, and so I took her over there, and her voice would not carry over the cable. So what she wanted to tell her husband was that she was pregnant. So she's saying, honey, I'm pregnant, and she wouldn't carry. So finally one of the guys there in the Mars radio station said, you mind if I try it? I'll go try it. So he said, honey, I'm pregnant. And I tell you, it picks up, it bounces all the way across the Pacific. So somebody in Guam said, you guys would do anything to get out of Vietnam, wouldn't you? It affects me because we have right now, let's see, we've been with Wounded Warrior Association. We've been serving meals at Balboa Hospital to them once a month, and we started that 8 years ago. I don't know what 8 years ago would be, but they were coming out of Iraq and they were wounded, and they didn't have legs, they didn't have arms. The first dinner we did, we were going around picking up the salt and pepper shakers and things, and for some reason I was back behind the serving table, and I see this moving. It's got his back straight, like it's got a rod in his back, and comes over this way, makes a left, comes this way. It's a Marine, and he's in his digicams, and he comes up to the table, and he picks up a plate, and I wasn't even serving, but I thought, okay, I'm going to serve him, ready to leave, and he picks up a plate, and I put some, some bread there, and I said, I looked at him, he looked at me, and he just had half a face. And the rest of his face was real, it wasn't scarred, it was just gone. And I just thought, okay, I put some meat on his bun, and I thought, do not take your eyes off of him. Don't gasp. I just hear me, so I can hear myself talking. So I just said, do you want barbecue sauce on that meat, son? He said, yes, ma'am. Then I just looked at him and I said, you're not always going to look like this. He said, they can do miracles now. And he said, they've already done a miracle, and I know that I'll look better. Thank you, ma'am. Proud. Be proud. We're proud of you. We're glad you're there.